Whew. Thorazine.
Urine.
Pod crust.
You know what's interesting is how many bank robberies go unsolved. I was looking this up not too long ago, and it's something like only 60 or 70% of bank robbers are actually ever caught.
Not even that. Well, the thing is, during the actual robbery, probably not even that many.
Yeah, that's an encouraging number, if you ask me.
Speaking of funding, the Thorazine Urine Pod Crust is still accepting membership.
See what your lack of donations are making us think about? It's like, well, Patreon's not going anywhere. What if I robbed the bank? Seems like if you're smart, you can probably pull it off.
You know, if you're a real fan, think about your local savings and loans, but not the credit unions. Not the credit unions. Those are the people's money.
I really want a listener to go rob a bank and then they come on the show and tell us what it was like and talk about it, and they can contribute to the Patreon generously in exchange for their anonymity afterwards.
That is very true. You know,
generously.
It would be a special private episode funded by you.
That's that's up to them how private the episode is.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
If they're if they want to contribute this content for free and not pay for it, then we'll give it away for free to anybody who just happens upon our SoundCloud. If not, we can work out some subscriber only deals, especially to let people on the no narcs allowed levels. Everybody in the lower levels is a narc, but we corral them that way.
But up until that point, when our dream fan comes through, let's go ahead and give it the gold go ahead try for the People's Pod Crust, the communist version.
Have you seen
what we can afford?
I'm pretty into communism, but let's not make it about the people. I'm communist for selfish reasons. People can go fuck themselves, and I hope they all die in the burning fires of Alien X's death rays on July 5th, 1998, or May 7th, or whatever.
I don't know what day.
I heard some
robot
with dementia talking about it. I don't know.
That was the best robot ever. I love the new technology. The interactive AI is really coming some strides forward, and such. Is it possible for you to?
I just hope the Stangbot doesn't fall into a pond or into a fountain somewhere like that other poor robot.
Well, during the baptismals. I noticed that he did get a little wet there and was able to carry through with the duties. So
I didn't cheap out on that IPS waterproof rating.
Well, it's all about the exterior, shell, and I think that with the skin-like advancements in the production of silicones and latexes and such, the fake human skin is coming a long way.
For the listeners at home who don't have video, who aren't watching the live stream, Animal is holding a largish red book, which I believe is the sequel to Mao's popular Little Red Book.
It is actually
this is the largish red book.
It is my favorite red book. It's full of forbidden knowledge.
I can't see that, and neither can our subscribers. It looks like it's blank.
That's forbidden knowledge. Maybe you should pay your membership and you'd be able to read all of these words in this book. You're able to just scroll through it for our platinum members. You know what to do.
So I want to float an idea.
Yeah. So yeah.
I started a new job at a call center that takes money for charities, and I won't name any names, but it seems a little bit of a scam because we only give 12% of what we make to charity. And then I realized these charities seem a little, I never heard of them. It's like, wow, I didn't know there's two other smaller children's wish networks for all the shitty kids that fall through the cracks of the big children wish network. This one focuses
I think
just
what happens. I think what happens on that one, it's the shitty kids have cancer.
Yeah, every kids dying from scabies.
plague babies. I swear. Yeah, I'm going to start a miracle network for kids plagued by locusts.
That's they need that if you can
They
get to them with the locusts. But I had a great. So basically, it seems like you can just start a charity, and then you get some people to call and collect money, and they keep most of it, but they still give you a bunch of it, and that seems like a really good deal. And I was thinking, what kind of charity could I start? And I got it figured out. We're gonna send care baskets full of bacon and ham and trotters and pork rinds to the widows of slain cops or cops that die in the line of duty.
That sounds expensive, though. I mean,
not really. We can get the shitty grocery store, bacon and shit. Get the ham loaf. We don't have to get them the good stuff. None of that Black Forest shit.
Well, it's still, the price of meat. I don't know where you're at. You're up in ham country, aren't you? You're up in hog heaven, as it were.
I was involved in a shady transaction for ham where I lost money and the ham in the process. I got ham swoggled IRL for once. It's not a great story, but it allows me to say that I did in fact get ham swoggled.
I had I thought it was hornswoggled, and that's.
Normally,
like find trumpets off of Craigslist or something, but ham swoggled.
For normies get hornswoggled. I get ham swoggled. But I think this charity is a great idea, and we're gonna call it Pigs for Pigs. Just the widows of we hope these fine pork products will remind you of your dead spouse.
Pork's for pig widows.
Huh?
Pork for pig widows.
It's a little less elegant than Pigs for Pigs.
It's because the level of elegance is what we're going for. Because
that's not what we'll call it on paper. It'll be like the Fallen Heroes Angel Network or some shit. Because old ladies have money and love angels.
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting into the baby boomer age, and I'm not sure if the baby boomers are as much into the figurine collecting as the previous generations, which were, what were the previous generations called? The grumpy people that like guns generation?
Generation Xers?
No.
You want to go back? No. Yeah, you're a fucking Xer piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you might be thinking of boomers. The worst.
No, I was just talking about boomers. I'm saying older than boomers.
Oh, I think they're called the greatest generation, and I think they're the ones that gave themselves that name, because I didn't vote on it.
Yeah, the old people that are angry and have guns, and yeah.
I mean, they did help the Russians kill Hitler or something, the first Hitler.
How many Hitlers does it take?
How many Hitlers does it take to screw in the light bulb? Well, I don't know how many light bulbs you're going to need at that place down in Argentina.
I thought it was 9.
Yeah, it's 9, but it's hard to talk to them because you don't know whether they've learned Argentinian or Brazilian yet or whatever they speak down there. I'm just saying that Hitler probably escaped. It's one of my pet conspiracy theories. Like, Hitler got out, and then it's like, oh, we found this skeleton guy. We got him. We totally got him. He didn't die like evil in retirement. Like,
I'm sorry. Were you going on about Hitler? I thought that was.
I just want to clarify.
You go right ahead.
I'm not happy about it. In case anybody here is not familiar with history, Adolf Hitler wasn't the greatest guy ever. He was
actually a really not fun person for a lot of people, but apparently for his own regime. There's this lovely photograph of him with the Easter Bunny, and that
Easter Bunny was Sean Spicer.
And also, he had a lot of parties.
Yeah, well, no, he really just had one party.
Well, this is the one party, but he invited them to a lot of events.
Yeah,
he held a lot of large events. He fancied himself a great orator.
Train enthusiast too, real into trains.
in architecture.
Yeah.
You know,
Patron of the arts, though.
if it were for the fact that he was just such a horrible person,
Yeah,
you know, some of
people
the
focus on the
shit that he
genocide
did.
and the people focus on the genocide and the world wars and the industrialized murder of whole ethnicities.
This is why you shouldn't drink and dictate, because this is, he's like, hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if we just like killed all these people?
When I first got one of these fancy phones with the dictation, it said, hey, you can do dictation on this thing. So I told Siri, it's like, kill about 100,000 Jews, and she said she didn't understand. I was like, oh man, I completely misunderstood what they were talking about here with being a dictator on my phone. I was like, round up the press. And
sorry, I was waiting for the cricket noise to come.
No, you can't.
Possibly.
Yeah, no, I killed that cricket because I got tired of his shit. He all the time with him, never shut up.
Maybe it was the Hitler moments. Okay.
I'm just saying, not the best guy. A flawed individual.
Yeah, and not something, not really anything that has a program that would, he could. There's not really any kind of cognitive behavioral therapy back then wasn't really a thing, and although it kind of was, because brainwashing people's apparently worked for him. But if groupthink is real.
He was involved with an occult group called the Thule Society. Their magical motto was "Thule me once, shame on me. Thule me twice, shame on you. Shame on me." I don't know. That was a good joke. So, hey, you're telling me I needed to get screened. I went to the clinic the other week, and I did really good. I scored an A on my hepatitis exam.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I think I'm doing a lot better than I thought I was.
Getting a not applicable is.
If it was just a C, I'd be really embarrassed and never tell anybody. But now I got something to brag about.
Oh man! So so what's the plan with that? You're gonna call a bunch of people and brag about it to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang it on my fridge.
Frame worthy.
There's some other gobbledygook, some acronyms. I didn't understand them. Fucking fake science, anyways. I didn't get vaccinated as a kid because of the homeschool thing, so I don't think I can even get these diseases. Did you know that condoms cause autism?
Oh my goodness! Wait! You know what? That was a part of your rearing that I absolutely seem to have overlooked previously. So you never got vaccinated?
Actually, I did.
Okay.
But, for comedy purposes, yeah. No, I'm just, just riding the scabies train.
Well, I don't think there's a scabies vaccination.
Yeah, there is. Pretty sure.
Not for scabies. Not for an external infestation that just affects your dermis. And if it does more than that, you don't have scabies. You really should go and get that checked out. Scabies are supposed to be external only. Listeners at home.
For normies.
For everyone. Honestly, if you've got scabies right now, just go ahead and call in, and we will. We're going to go ahead and grant anybody with scabies right now listening a gold membership.
Yeah, come on, send us lots of pictures of your scabies. We can compare, contrast. He has the piles, but he's not coming on here to tell us about it. I guess he's got some boils that need lancing. That'd be some good radio.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Honestly, so this piles thing, that was so confusing growing up. You know, when I heard somebody have piles, I always thought that it was more of a, just mounds of stuff
Yeah, piles
kind
of
of thing.
what? Got any for me?
No, I just have the flying polyps. Flying polyps. Dr. Shoggoth, did we lose you?
My app crashed.
I'm sorry, what?
It just crashed on me.
Yay!
Thanks, Google. Good job on the software.
Yeah, I've been having a little problem with Google as well. Mainly that it listens to everything I say now through my fancy phone, and somehow I end up with some pretty random things in my mailbox. Speaking of random things, do you have me on speaker?
No, you're on headphone.
I can hear me.
But
echo back.
I can't. But I don't trust people around things like I have some radical political opinions. I don't want to be caught.
Hold on a second. I didn't hear half of whatever you just said.
Oh, well,
you cut out.
How about now?
Yeah, you're fine. Just don't ever move from that position.
All right. So yeah, I don't like talk about my more extreme political views around these things. I don't want to say things because they're always listening. You know, I don't want to say anything like, "Okay, Google, how do I join ISIS?" Or "Alexa, how do I assassinate the president of the United States?" Or "Okay, Google, look up seditious pamphlets." Or "Okay, Google, how do I build a bomb?" "Okay, Google, okay, Google, blueprints of government buildings." You know, I don't like talking about that stuff, and I know our listeners don't like hearing it.
Yeah, it's as if when you talk about killing the president, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, you shouldn't ever say, "Okay, Google, I've decided to assassinate the president of the United States. What do I do next?" around one of those machines. Because they're always listening.
Yes.
And it's probably why you shouldn't listen to your podcasts on speakers either.
Sic semper avello mortem tyrannus. Siri.
Always it is. Yeah, I understood 3 of those words.
Siri, please translate sic semper avello mortem tyrannus. Okay. Siri, please translate sic semper avello mortem tyrannus.
It's not as good because Hey Siri really sucks and doesn't like pick up anything.
Okay, Google, translate sic semper avello mortem tyrannus.
Yeah. Or Alexis, purchase 5 copies of Das Kapital by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels.
Only 5?
Till payday.
Okay.
It's a big book, you know. The shipping is going to get expensive on that.
That's why you get the Prime.
Yeah.
I swear, this part of the episode is brought to you by
Amazon.
Smile. Amazon Smile Prime.
Get Alexa, but be careful. Don't say things like Alexa. No. Never mind. That doesn't work. That's not a good Alexa joke because it doesn't got a screen.
What would you ask Alexa?
Alexa, you don't want to say things to Alexa like, "Alexa, play me the Jonestown tapes."
That would be lovely. It's just a little comforting background noise.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah? What shouldn't you say to Alexa or Google now?
Did you call the police?
Yeah, definitely don't say, "Alexa, call the police." Never say, "Okay, Google, call 911."
I'm so like, so Alexa, sic semper bello mortem tyrannus, and the next thing you know, the White House is on fire.
Yeah, is that what the Canadians say?
That's from Harry. Is that a Harry Potter? Are you geeking out, Animal?
Yeah, that's definitely Harry Potter. Harry Potter wants to bring death to tyrants.
He did. He killed Voldemort.
Right?
You know what? Did he? Did he though?
Well,
Did he?
he kind of tricked Voldemort into a cell phone. But...
I feel like he tried.
Did he?
So, Pease, I hear you've been having some drama with a friend of the show, Victor Chopula.
Oh my goodness, are we back on that again?
Dude, I don't even know if I can talk about this on the air.
Good thing nobody's listening.
That's true.
Except Google
So
and Alexa.
I got this super disturbing PM from him that led me to believe that he might have become despondent or hurt himself.
Okay.
And so I went out of my way to find out, you know, what city he lives in. I tried to contact him. He wouldn't reply to me. So I left an anonymous tip at the police department to do a health check on him.
Oh.
And so then, now it gets worse, dude.
Wait, this is good radio. Please go into detail.
So it gets worse. So Monday morning I wake up.
Dear officers, please check on my friend Victor Weedman.
I played it cooler than that, okay? Just so you know. Okay? I played it cooler than that. So anyway, Monday, this guy starts texting me from his account about how Victor's dead. And was I mean to him? And And I'm like, first of all, I wanted to go on the record. I was not fooled at all at any time. Okay.
That's normal.
So I'm getting sort of aggressive with this grieving person, you know, almost to the point that I'm like, wow, if he's actually dead, I am really being an asshole.
No spoilers.
So I back off a little bit, you know, and so I end the last message with like, hey, you know, sorry for the loss. What the fuck? You know, what am I supposed to fucking say? So then like a day goes by, I tell my friend Racine, the Right Reverend Dr. Miller,
friend of the show,
that I think he's killed himself and all that stuff. And he texts me, oh, that was my brother. I was only electrocuted and I got better.
Okay.
So dude, I got a little confrontational with him. I said, listen, I just think it's important for you to know that I think that that's bullshit. I think that you pretended to be your brother and you did all this attention-seeking things to fucking, for whatever reason, and you made me fucking worry about you and call the cops. And I think that's fucked. And I just think, you know, going forward, you should know in the back of my mind, that's what I think. Now, if you did electrocute yourself and then somehow get better, I don't know how that fucking works. Why your brother texts a stranger telling you that he's dead, that you're dead, and that's just him overreacting. But whatever, maybe Frop Chopula is the sane one in his family. Maybe he's the most reasonable person in that family.
So they're all banned from X Day.
Come from a long line of Frop Chopulas. My pappy was banned from X Day, and his pappy was banned from X Day before him. My son will be banned from X Day.
I feel bad even telling this story because...
Don't worry, I'll just edit it to the part where it just sounds like you drove somebody to kill themselves.
I think that we should take his name out of it. I think we should take his name out of the story.
So you should say it every 5 seconds again.
No, I'll just edit the word "Duggan" over Victor Chopula.
Then again, you know, it's still an amusing story, and I don't see how he can be upset because it was only me thinking that he killed himself. It didn't really, you know, there was some ambiguousness there.
This suicidal ideation that you have forced upon other people, I'm concerned, Peas.
And it turns out
You need to stop
turns
gaslighting
out-
other
it turns out because he only electrocuted himself and then somehow got better without any other human interaction. Like that happens all the time. You get
It
electrocuted.
does, actually. It does. You go,
And you get electrocuted, your brother thinks you're dead, starts telling people on the internet that you are dead, and then you shake it off. You're like, oh, sorry. Oh, wow.
Ash used to do that all the time in Pokemon.
did they, does the electroshock therapy not work for you, Peas?
Dude, come on. You don't think
It
that,
might make him a nicer person.
don't you think that's a strange don't you think that's a strange tale?
That is a strange tale from a strange man who drove, for those who don't know the tale, who drove 23 hours or so all the way from
22.
Texas.
He's been bumping it up to 23. That's a lie.
See, I saw him rounded up to
22.
24, so I rounded it down one.
No, he's been trying every time. Next thing it'll take him it'll be like, oh, it was almost a whole day.
This guy drove over 20 hours from Texas to Ohio to go to X Day knowing he was banned. And when he got there, he found out that he was banned.
Like it was real. It was real. No fooling, it turns out.
One of the few people to be refunded out of the church. You don't get kicked out, you get refunded out.
You're so
bad that they'll actually give you your money back.
I'm just a little confused about how the rest of us were allowed.
We're all just, there's two kinds of people. People who've been banned from X Day and people who are gearing up to get banned from X Day.
Listen, I'm concerned that I'm not being lauded enough as a hero for my interaction with the Cleveland, Texas Police Department.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got this. Yay, Peas, you called the cops on somebody from the internet. That's going to get us listeners.
Was that
Donate to our special level and we won't call the cops on you.
Was that so hard? Amal, was that so hard? I mean, I was a hero.
You're a
hero. You're a hero to me, Peas. I've been missing you idiots since X Day.
You're a champion, but I don't know if you're a hero.
I'm a hero for my emotions for not being around you guys. Like, it's been weird. I got back into town. I've just been hating everybody else so much more. Like,
so you got back into the groove like that?
Yeah, no, I came back. My hate's fresh and raw and new now I'm back from X Day.
There's a weird vibe that you get when you come back from X Day. I was super hostile to a couple people.
Yeah, very hostile. I was very hostile for a couple days.
For no reason, man.
Really, I was just tired.
I had to check myself. I was tired too, but I found myself doing un-P-like things.
Like like what? Not offering people rides to events.
Hey, he's got problems, man.
I honestly, when I got back, all I wanted to do was nap and then go out and maybe have some nice dinner, and then like I missed food while I was at X Day, so I wanted to go out and eat food.
I missed defecating.
I don't think I had a hot dog since I got back from X Day. They're all gonna be disappointments.
The TARDISes were the worst I've ever seen them. I mean, you literally took your life in your hands every time you had to relieve yourself.
I've been around this big, horrible, ghost-ridden country of ours, and I've seen a lot of porta-johns, and those were monstrosities. You could smell them a good 20 feet away.
I'd like to take a moment for the public service announcement. Remember, people, if you happen to be near a porta potty and you notice the door open and the lid of the seat up, just go in, knock that seat right back down, close that door. It's not going to get worse. It's going to get better. Contain the fumes for the person that wants to open it up and enjoy them. Don't just let them all out for everybody.
Your headphones or /cans for the radio professionals out there match the decor and paint in your room. That is so charming.
You got nice cans, Animal.
And that's why you pay for the platinum membership right there, so you can see my cans. So
please send
the direction the show's taking.
Well, I'm just trying to solicit nude fan art from our listeners.
Speaking of fan art, did you see the most recent fan art that I received from one Nick Dante Rockers?
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about him. I'm so mad at him.
What, because he didn't draw a picture of you?
Well, that, sure, so. And also, he's blocked me. And he actually, before he blocked me about a year ago, told me I was responsible for all the bad shit that happens in the church because of my cavalier attitude. And,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at your cavalier attitude. I'm laughing at the fact that somebody else pointed it out and wasn't me.
We'll save that for another time. But yeah, and so I'm trying to, and this is the thing people don't understand about the Peas. The Peas, he really tries hard to be, the Peas. Lighten the fuck up on me.
Yeah, I'm always convinced whenever you talk in third person.
I got problems.
The Peas is what matters.
It is important. I didn't ask to be the Peas. It was thrust upon me.
This penis was just thrust upon you.
It sounds worse than it is, but yeah. So
I just looked up one day and there's just this big penis just coming right at my face, thrusting, and I knew I had to take all of it on, all of it into me.
And it worked out good.
I had to let it fill me up.
Dr. Shoggins, are you missing the porn shop work? Are you missing working at the porn shop? Is that
God,
what's going on?
no. I actually think sex is funny again instead of just like tacky and depressing and miserable.
When did you drop that gig?
Oh, the other week I got a shitty call center job instead.
Yeah, we're all disappointed in you now, Danny.
It's fine. I get to live in.
We're all disappointed in you.
I get to live in not the regular hours, but not. I don't have to be a Dracula anymore.
You're like a swing shifter?
No, I just work like 3 to 11, basically. Yeah, pretty close to perfect.
It's called swing shift, dude.
Okay, yeah, that's what I do then. I'm swinging them shifts.
You fucking millennials, man.
Just like that big swinging penis that was thrust upon you. What you got against millennials?
Well, I'm not sure. It seems like there's an extraordinary amount of hippie wizards within the millennial crowd.
Hey, wait. Pease is old. He'd know. What's the generation that came before the boomer generation?
Generation X.
No, before that's, oh my gosh.
Whoa,
the other direction.
That's, I don't know.
The old people with guns that hate gay people, right? It's that generation.
I don't know. It's funny you talk about being old because as we're talking, I am sitting here suffering from the piles.
And what is the piles?
They're like,
it's like a bad laundry day where you just don't have enough quarters.
No, it's when you get like a swollen hemorrhoid that is on the exterior part of Uranus, the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it difficult to walk because it's so swollen and stuff. So you have to take all these baths with Epsom salt in it, and then rub it with witch hazel. You have to spend an inordinate amount of time dealing with Uranus, which is not something that people know. Well, some people do, I guess, but not me normally. It's like mostly.
Usually you like carrots.
Maybe that's why you have the piles. It got ignored, and it's like, hey,
no,
pay attention to me.
I feel like in 52 years of life, if you take away sleep, which is like a third of that, I'm probably the total amount of time that I have actually had to deal with my anus is probably in like the minute and 35-second aspect area of it. It's really, it's like I don't go back there. There's bad kids. It's not a good neighborhood.
There's a lot of broken glass back there.
I leave it alone, And then because of that, you're maybe right, Animal. I get the piles, and now I'm suffering from it. But I've
Yeah,
had
it turned into a bad neighborhood.
Well, you live in that desert region where mostly lizard people dwell, so you've got to adapt to that kind of, that kind of climate. You got to get the Gold Bond powders to avoid chafing. You might
gotta
want
play
to
with your
consider
butthole.
waxing the anus area so you don't have the hairs rubbing up in there. And then also you got to just take your time pooping. Fiber might be your friend.
You gotta plan ahead for your poop.
Chew on the tumbleweeds that pass you by.
I'm uncomfortable. Now you've had many elements, animal. Have you ever had the piles?
No.
Wow.
No.
Then I think you should lighten up on me a little bit.
No, I'm saying because I take the time to care for my person. I care for every part of my person.
Have I mentioned how beautiful those headphones are and how they match the room? They really tie the room together.
Like my cans.
Stop talking. Stop again with the sexism, please. You can't stop talking about animals' sweet cans.
I didn't say. You guys always twist my words. That's all I got though. Is I got the prop chopper thing with the I pulled peas and thinking I was dead, but I was just electrocuted. It got better.
Maybe have you tried ice packing it and also lidocaine,
No,
which is
what you have to do,
lidocaine would help with the discomfort.
Do you want to learn how to take care of the piles? Because I'm about to bestow some penis on you. Okay.
Whoa! Free medical advice from the internet.
From the internet, which you can.
That never happens.
So what you have to do is you have to make this hot tub so hot you can barely put your feet in it, and you put Epsom salts in it, and then you put the afflicted area. Sometimes you have to hold other parts up because it's so hot. You don't want them to, dangle in there. And then you ease into it for about 15 minutes. Then you got to take the witch hazel medicated pads, the tucks and stuff. You got to get all up in there. And then you put this preparation on it. They call it Preparation H. They're our new sponsor, by the way. And it's made with shark liver oil, which I guess is important, and some chemicals. And you do that 6 times a day because you're trying to avoid this thing called thrombosis, which is it gets a big clot in it, and then you got to go to the ER and they slice it open and you don't die.
Now, hold on a second there. But there's Preparation H does have lidocaine in it. I'm pretty sure.
The H is for whole.
That's for pussies.
Oh, no. You don't put that near a pussy.
Are you sure? I'll have to read the instructions.
But it says it temporarily shrinks swollen hemorrhoidal tissue. I'm concerned that you might be using it wrong. How long?
Well,
it says 4 times daily is what you're supposed to apply this as on preparationh.com.
Listen,
And if I wish I was making this up, but there's a 1 ounce and a 2 ounce size for those ambitious people.
I got the genetic, so it doesn't matter. I can do it more than 4 times a day.
That's good. Yeah, that's just them. That's just big Preparation H pushing their fucking bullshit to sell more Preparation H.
There's, but it's a matter of not having that experience in the first place. The prevention of the hemorrhoids themselves is just eating a proper diet full of enough fiber.
Can we call it the piles? Can we just call it the piles?
Yeah, I'm into that. Piles sounds cool.
Piles is hemorrhoids, version 2.
Well, anyway.
Hemorrhoids 2.0.
I would say it might be important to lecture somebody with hemorrhoids on how they could have not gotten them in the first place.
The plutonium members get live of me applying ointments and stuff, so there's that.
Yeah, it's going to be some HD video.
Yeah.
Some good close-ups.
Yep, with numbers and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of.
You can set it to that tinkly ukulele and
I'll be honest with you.
Ding music in iMovie.
I'll be honest with you. It's kind of dark and hairy, and you're really not sure when you see the film what you're actually looking at. It could be just like a giant sand hill on this.
Alexa, order peas Preparation H 2.
the piles, you know, kings have had this disease, so let's just like not be so judgy, okay?
Disease of kings, ass hemorrhoids.
I'm sorry you're having a damn near prolapse experience, Peas. That sounds rather discomforting.
I had a nasty like boil or something on my ass once, kind of like that, and I had to go to the doctor and have it land. So that was.
Are you trying to compare a boil, a common everyday boil, even though it's in the ass vicinity, to the fucking majestic pain and fucking tragedy that is the piles?
I was just trying to empathize with you.
I apologize, Peas. I was confused. I didn't think that you were experiencing majestic pain because you're wearing a serape.
Didn't realize piles was so fucking great.
I could see how that would throw you off.
Yeah.
For our viewers at home, Peas is clad in his serape.
For our listeners at home, it's not a poncho, it's a serape. What is the difference between a poncho and a serape?
Is that a real serape or a Sears serape?
That's a genuine serape I'm seeing there that he's got on.
Why do they wear blankets in the desert? That's stupid.
I'll be right there. Just give me a little time to get
Hey, I've heard that movie. That's Ron by Akira Kurosawa.
It's a David Lynch film.
Oh, the one about the guy who drives the lawnmower?
No.
No. It's the one. It's like they got those motorcycles that light up and they race them.
It's like
they're inside the video game, but they get back out of the video game and they meet that alien and they go into space.
No.
But then they get adopted by another species.
Super upbeat. It has a very positive message and a happy ending. So most people don't know that it's a David Lynch film. As a matter of fact,
I thought it was a Werner Herzog, being all upbeat with a happy ending.
Well, I guess that's a common misconception.
Werner Herzog, bringing comedy to you.
Oh, were we supposed to be doing the comedy show?
Oh, no. Not today. Not today.
Not today. I didn't think so.
Off the hook today.
Because we had suicide and piles as a subject. I thought this was our public health court-ordered public service announcement. Thanks.
Speaking of which, the situation in Syria is pretty bad right now. People are dying, apparently. It sounds like it's no good. I wish I knew what to do about that, but I ain't got anything. You guys got anything? I didn't think so. Moving on.
So basically, speaking of timeless classics, when you say suicide piles, it reminds me of that INXS song, Suicide Piles. And that would be great if Danny,
wasn't that the duet he did with the guy from Linkin Park, that Chester guy?
It's been like 8 hours since they found that guy's body.
I know, the jokes are already old.
Don't put a timestamp on comedy, mister.
I know. Yeah, I know it's already dated. He's been dead for 8 whole hours. Jesus. How many times has somebody posted, well, I guess in the end it didn't really matter? Because that's...
I thought that...
It's too timely, Peas. We're only talking about Cobain tonight.
I thought that meaning was funny.
You're old. You would think an 8-hour-old meme's funny.
I've got piles.
See, tomorrow it's going to be Chester with the dancing hot dog Instagram filter. And here comes...
Wait, is there a dancing hot dog Instagram filter?
There is a dancing hot dog Instagram filter.
Oh, I forgot to update you. You know my buddy that I took to X Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the cops raided his whole place in where he lives, and he had to go to a different place.
He should have left that whole piece of problems.
Yeah, the flying saucers didn't take him, obviously.
I wish I had more problems now.
We were pretty
I,
close to the saucers at points. I loved the last day of X Day when the Subgeniuses had an elaborate night of prankery and noise and mischief making planned between the Hypercube, Podcrust, Hypercrust crew. But then we just all took too many drugs and passed out like around midnight.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was
Slept
recording
like
by myself on stage for 8 hours.
No, he's
so
right.
Dead sober.
He's
Yeah, I
talking.
can't wait to get all that solo. We had them all just sitting there with
Everybody
Dr.
all had
Delphius probably watching. Me.
Actually, I had a great interactive experience. I don't know what you're talking about. People came up. We had moments and of great humor. I got compliments by a few people in the audience that were laughing to themselves.
That guy got taken away.
I hope. I don't think they were crying.
This time.
Not all of them. I don't think all of them were crying.
Yeah, they were all Fid Shuli in disguise.
Look at my puppy. Look at my puppy. Look at my puppy. Look at my puppy. Look at my puppy.
6 out of 10.
So basically, yeah, you know what?
2.5 stars.
Look at my puppy.
5'10". Is he house trained?
Who, this one? He's
looks
adorable.
He looks harmless enough.
Okay, for people listening at home, somebody let Peas have another living creature to care for.
No, that's
My son, bug.
It looks a lot like a dog, but we can't be sure. It might just be a puppet because I've only seen the top half of it.
it's a machine controlled by
Oh my
Fid.
gosh, that's where you put your hand. That's right up the backside of that.
Where does the
dog-shaped
hand
puppet.
go?
Oh. Oh man. So and other translates to radio well things.
It doesn't have to translate well. You should play with dogs whenever you get the opportunity.
It's true. And speaking of dogs, I've got shop dog barking in the yard at probably thin air.
Are they about ripe yet? They about ready for culling?
I saw a
They're
bug.
about ready.
I saw a bug the size of a small hummingbird, and it was flying. I thought it was a hummingbird, and then it plopped to the ground and was a giant beetle. What do you think? What should I
Pete didn't send me any of his problems.
Because it's very dangerous to send problems.
You're right. You're right. It is. Don't give me your problems.
For listeners at home, we're talking about legal pornography, not drugs.
Shut up, dude.
I don't want them getting the wrong ideas about us.
Oh, I have none of those ideas. Wow, I wish everybody could see this at home. The fact that I brought this brand new loving couch cover to make sure the dog hair wouldn't get on the couch. You know, you just throw this thing on it and it protects the couch from the dog hairs. And so my dog has gotten up onto the couch and done this little twisty thing and made a nest out of it. So yeah, that's not working.
Did you buy the headphones to match the room?
No.
Wow, it's just coincidence. That's how in tune with the universe you are. I got blue headphones. I got blue walls. Bang.
I'm actually only allowed to shop for 3 different colored objects. That you know, I can get black objects. I can get this blue objects, this shade of blue, and I can get yellow.
Yeah, back in the 90s, you went pretty far, and they had to rein you in. I actually approve. That's a rare case where I actually approve of what the state did. You were out of control. You needed help, and you were hurting a lot.
Well, you know, it was the mid '80s fluorescent outburst of the floor length duster coat, which is a long coat for those that don't know how coats do. And it was a parachute material fluorescent yellow.
Good appliance colors from the 70s. Harvest gold and avocado green. You kids with your modern colors. That's what we had. We had some kind of weird pink color, and we had harvest gold, and we had avocado green.
Harvest
Avocado
gold, dusty
so
rose.
good.
I do
fucking
believe
love
that was
avocado
dusty
green.
rose or mauve. Dusty rose, harvest green, and avocado. I mean, harvest gold and avocado. And then also don't forget that dookie brown.
I had an old pair of 70s pants that were that dookie brown 100% polyester at some point. Those things were fly. Like, I mean, really, the fly was huge. It's like, who needs this much crotch on pants? Not, I mean, I do, but I know
Halfway
most
up,
people don't.
halfway up your chest, like to right where the scarf or the heart
It was kind of cool
incision
because
would be.
they're like pre-pulled up for your convenience. I was like, cool, everybody pulled their pants up like a nerd back in the 70s. They even built the pants for it. That's great.
I know
What
that's
a
why
time.
suspenders went out of style, because you just put your arms through the pocket or the belt loops.
It must have been
Yeah.
great wearing all
Put
those
your
shitty
arms out through the
clothes,
belt loops that
listening
were
to
huge.
shitty music and smoking shitty frop and doing shitty cocaine back in the 70s.
Actually, I think that was the one thing that wasn't shitty back in the 70s, was the cocaine.
What's the church name for cocaine? You know, like frop or church air.
I don't think there is one because it's a bad idea.
When I die from like a drug overdose, I hope right before I refer to the drug by its stupid church nickname, like I'll do some church air. I want my death to be
maybe you'll just get electrocuted and get better, because I hear that happens. That's the thing.
Maybe
yeah, you'll never die. You'll never die if you get electrocuted.
Might knock his slots back in this spot.
Do you have a brother that can text me?
Yeah, Danimal.
Damn.
Danimal.
You guys suck.
Yep. That's why we're the Thorazine Urine Podcast Players, brought to you tonight by X Day 20 Spectacular Recap.
In preparation bowl.
And speaking of preparations, I have to go.
Make something up.
I have to go take care of some things, because I told you all the piles.
Preparation, that H.
Yeah.
So wait a second. I want to know something. Are you getting any business making done while you got the piles, or how's that working?
No, I'd take a sick day, dude. I didn't even put my teeth in. Can you tell?
I didn't mean.
Hey,
that.
I got a question there, Peace. Have you made friends with the Colace yet?
Yeah, I told you I was taking. Oh no, I told Carrots I was taking the stool softener.
Colace is everybody's friend.
Yep.
Just saying. Colace.com, our new sponsor.
Yeah, I'm glad we're sponsored by old people medication now.
It's not for old people. It's not just for old people.
Thorazine Urine Podcast brought to you by Lexapro.
All these things are going to happen to you, Danny Shawgis. Every single last one of them is going to happen to you, and then I'm
just going to kill myself.
Hey, when I had to get my organ removed recently,
I'm going to chortle and I'm going to guffaw when it happens. I'm going to chortle and guffaw.
I've been fighting for him.
Look, hey Danny, when you get your organ removed finally, when you finally bite the bullet and get an organ removed like the rest of us, you too will be happy that there's Colace, because you don't want to bust a stitch.
No, dude, the busting of the stitch is bad.
Dude, that's internal shit. You don't even know what it looks like when they stitch you up. You know, it's all inside.
Take your hand and hold it on a part of your body and press in as you're trying to press out, because you're not sure if you don't do that things won't.
Yeah, you don't want the poop to come out any other holes.
That's when you know you're living. That's when you've made it, right, Animal?
It's really the pinnacle of existence.
Chester, I'm a coming, Chester.
They didn't tell me to do this, but I think this is an instinctual thing. I better press down here or something.
That was probably all the thoughts going through. Man, I'm gonna have to worry about busting a stitch. I have to do this thing where I like clutch my ass.
Plus,
oh fuck that.
It's not a stitched up ass. I mean, we're not talking about human centipede here. We're talking about, like if you got your appendix removed. When your appendix finally says, fuck this shit, I'm out of here, you're going to be like, oh, I better hold that part of my organs tight, because honestly, it's actually part of your intestines.
See, I'm really lucky because I get to actually just die from these preventable things, so I don't have any health insurance. So I have to stick around with these repercussions.
Well, I don't even know.
Thanks, science. Couldn't science up some health insurance? You got all the cures for everything. You can cure cancer, but you can't cure lack of insurance. What the fuck is that about?
Maybe
can't cure my asshole.
Maybe you can become a serp of the state.
I don't know if that option is available anymore yet. But it's a coming. So there's some cool shit coming down the pike. I bet that I'll get health insurance if I work on the wall.
Danny told me, and then I do have to go, but Danny told me this odd thing. And, there was this small controversy about the burning of the icon at X Day. And Danny told me that you and him looked at each other and said, yeah, I'm not going to go stand by that thing while they burn it. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
No,
We didn't want to be in any photos or anything.
First of all,
about a bunch of old white people burning a cross-like object in a field.
Well,
I know what they mean. It's bad optics.
It's bad optics. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is very true.
And why didn't you warn me? Why did you guys just keep that shit to yourselves?
You ran off.
Yeah, because you're that you've got to report back to the rest of us of why we shouldn't be there with your bad experience.
I don't think you were. No, yeah, I don't remember.
No,
when
no,
you got back.
he dashed over there.
Yeah,
but I tell you what.
Because my friends didn't say, "Hey, peas, this might look bad on film."
Yeah, there was a documentary crew there and everything.
And I wonder what angle they got. I wonder if they got the fact that it had a pipe, or did they just look like a bunch of white people burning a cross in a field?
Why are we glazing over the fact that you two had a detailed discussion about this, and yet somehow I was running over there like an idiot?
Because you ran off there like an idiot before we could
Everybody's like, let's go do the thing, and that's a problem with groupthink and why Hitler was an asshole. Thank you for bringing that back around. To part of the show you weren't a part of. Groupthink. It's not always the best thing. We're a church of individualists that all think like they're individualists at the same time together.
Promise the next time that there's a cross burned in the woods, and say, "Hey, peas."
If it's in the woods, that would be different because I'd just be concerned about the hot dog sticks. But I'm talking about in a field, and in a non-multicultural field.
Are we
at the time
that whenever the three of us together and something is burnt in effigy in the middle of the woods, that we'll give each other the high sign and just like step back?
Yeah, I think we should have a bad.
Apparently, you and Animal apparently already have this agreement. I'm just trying to get in on it.
We just looked at it. We didn't really have a detailed discussion.
I saw it from a distance, and he was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about," and I looked at it from a distance, and I'm like, "Actually, I don't want to stand next to a bunch of white people being filmed burning a cross in a field." And he's like, because that's yeah. Maybe I don't want to go down in history in that part of the documentary because I don't quite agree with everything that the church does. But, it's okay. It'll be in the book.
Well, I wasn't interviewed, so they don't care what I think.
Oh, they care.
I have bitter ashes in my mouth.
You're going to be told what to think, or you paid to be told what to think, so it's okay.
I did.
You did.
Right.
Now, you know what? Go take care of yourself. Self-care is important.
And meanwhile, I think that's good for today. And any last thoughts from Mandy?
Self-care is important. Brought to you by WaffleHouse.com.
And don't forget to send $35 to P.O. Box 181417, Cleveland Heights, Ohio 44118.
Thorazine, you're in pod crust.
Thorazine, you're in pod crust.
Tonight's players included Reverend Pease, Dr. Shoggoth,
at Dr. Shoggoth on Twitter,
and
at Anna Ball.
That is true.
The big honking bat.
Giant talking bat.
Honking. Big old. Well, I'm just a stinky wiggler, so.
All right, and I'm just gonna.
That's what they call me down at the whorehouse.
Okay, I'm gonna actually give this a minute here where we can do a couple of little chomps, little sound chomps, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
So I says to him, how's your scrum?
It's going in all the holes. It's good and smooth, moist lately.
Oh my goodness. Maybe he got a bad
Good.
batch of scrum.
Maybe. I don't think he puts it in that hole though. The rectum's a pretty plebeian hole. Pieces has been around for a while. He knows what holes to put his scrum in. He might not know much. He might have a childlike intellect, but he knows that. He knows how to get fucked up.
I don't understand what you. Oh gosh, did he get that from the tortoises?
Hang on, I got somebody calling me. I gotta tell him to give me a minute. All right. The tortoises.
I'm just concerned that people forget that if they close the lid and close the door, it'll make it not smell. As opposed to at a home, you open the bathroom door and you air that shit out if you don't have a vent. But at a campground or some kind of saucer landing site, per se, if you have or a construction zone. If you're at a construction zone, you have to go into those tortoises, you go into those chambers of jankum, you go in, and when you're done, you put that seat lid down.
I don't. I like going in the ones where it's open, honestly, because I don't want to fucking touch that thing with my hands. I try and get in and out there without touching anything in the place with my hands.
And that's why, yeah, because especially the hand sanitizer pump, I noticed that you hate touching that.
Well, that's because I use the sinks. I just like washing my hands. It feels you want to wash your hands a bunch when you're out in the woods. Hand sanitizer doesn't cut it. You want
that recycled water. That recycled water that goes through that's what you want to use. The non-potable water is so much better than hand sanitizer.
I know this year they saved some money by just getting the water out of the bottom of the toilets and using that for the pump.
That explains the blue color with the brown chunks in it. Thank you.
It was. Well, I thought that was exfoliating at first.
It's moisturizing. Moisturizing.
Yeah.
So speaking of Fid Chuli.
Yeah, he's going to be with Argus Fox this weekend, and they apparently want to try crusting it up a little bit.
That'll be neat. Are they back in
Fox will finally have Fid right where he wants him. I don't know how Fid's going to escape this time.
Does he know? Does Fid know that, like, what Argus is capable of?
He's going to find out.
I didn't know. I was taken aback.
He's walking into the hypercube, potentially into a trap.
Potentially into a potential trap, most likely.
The master trap maker, the mastermind himself, the chess master, the puppet man, Fid Chuli, entering the hypercube, the labyrinth of Dr. Fox's malice.
Who's the master now?
At the center, there's a pit with a fire in it, with Fid's name being written in the flickering licks of the flame tongues. Cool.
Really? Because no one ever did that for me.
Yeah, no, his hatred's pure and righteous and good. We could all learn a lot from the hatred of Dr. Fox.
I know, I already did.
It's inspiring to see that man in action. I mean, even if you don't see it and you just cook hot dogs off of it later, and you're like, "Wait, that was Bob."
My favorite thing is when it's the blind rage that gives him a sociopathic stillness, a calmness just washes over him, and he can stare right through a person's. If you have a soul still, if you still have that, he'll stare right through it. If you don't have a soul, he'll go into that void and come out the other end with that look, because
I didn't want to stand behind that hippie girl on stage because I didn't want to get hit by the beams passing through her.
The vapidness, the beams just zipping right through. I absolutely think that if I could have just gotten, I mean, that look was on the face for hours.
I want to print out of that face to hide in my bathroom across from the toilet just to keep me from staying there too long reading like memes on my phone. They keep me uncomfortable when I'm having a shit. You don't want to
it's like, oh, you're going to get this done with quick. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Push it on out. But not too fast because you'll end up with the piles, apparently.
Yeah, that shit abrasion.
You'll get the Peas disease.
Yeah, they should rename it Peas disease.
Yeah. It's now contagious. If you hang out with peas, it's now contagious.
Endless problems with peas.
No, it's an end problem with peas.
Yeah.
Oh, his
well,
poor
I hope
man.
his surgeon is able to put an end to it.
You know what I miss?
It's really a big problem.
You know what I miss?
What?
Funny things.
Well, I can't help you with that.
I know. Well,
Well,
people think I'm laughing. The sound is not of laughter. I just, this is why you pay for the viewer membership level, because you can see it's actual tears. I used to not be able to cry at all, and now I can cry every time we record.
Have you thought about looking in a mirror?
I do all the time. I actually walk around with a mirror attached to my torso. It extends about 2.5 feet out in front of me, and there's this mirror there, and I'm just like, this asshole again. Everywhere I go.
I do that, but with my mind. It's cheaper.
It's easier to drive, I'm sure, or fly, or whatever, however your transportation gets you around. The mirror people. They're
no good. They're all backwards.
So I was trying to remember what Lincoln Park sounded like, and all I can think of that is it sounded like the spray paint cans in Chicago, because that's where all the graffiti is.
Yeah, I get that. It sounds like Vans shoes, and I guess, I don't want to make fun of his lyrics too much anymore. It's like, I guess he was pretty bummed out.
Was it happy music?
No, it wasn't happy music. Some lyrics would include "I tried so far and tried so long and got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter." Or "Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal." Or,
so he had the piles. He had piles too.
Yeah, saying about erasing himself is like, I think this guy might have actually been really sad. It's kind of sucks, doesn't it? I had nothing against him. I never liked him.
I never knew who this person was. He never wrote me a Christmas card.
No.
Never will. Never will now.
If you do get one, that'd be pretty freaky. You could write like a creepypasta about it.
Oh my gosh, Christmas cards from ghosts. That would be awesome, especially since I don't even celebrate Christmas. I would celebrate Christmas if I got cards from ghosts.
Yeah, they keep sending them to you, but the mailman knows you don't celebrate Christmas, so he keeps throwing them away, so he doesn't bother you with them.
You say throw away, I say open them up and take the gift card. Then throw them away.
I mean, he's not sleazy.
No.
Mailman. He's just trying to help you out.
He just makes sure that everything that says fragile gets dropped twice, and everything that says do not bend gets folded at least 3 times. Great guy. Did you know that my postman has 4 DUIs? Nice.
Is that more or less than the average postman?
Yeah, I think that's about on point for the average postman. I'm not sure why they're still allowed to drive. Maybe that's why they're okay with the wheel on the wrong side of the vehicle, kind of thing.
I've only got 1.
Trying ain't doing.
It's hard to get a DUI when you don't have a car. It takes a little more forethought.
Actually, it takes less. You just gotta know how to jimmy a lock.
Yeah, well, like I said, forethought. You got to plan on learning how to do it.
No, you just gotta do it. You gotta get a break in there, and you need to find an older model car because the newer cars are a little more difficult to do that with. Or they have those distance sensor keys and things like that. I'm kind of sad for the future of car thievery.
They'll figure it out. They're a scrappy bunch.
But how are you gonna, like, if it's a keyless entry and you don't have that particular, computer scientist, please get on that and send those codes to the Thor's and Urine Podcast on Facebook.
If you got any universal car keys to work on these modern cars and you want us to, beta test them for you, send them our way.
Yeah.
Also, please send just a bunch of license plates you've collected from various car types.
Dr. Shaw needs to have the experience of a second and third DUI, and he can't do that without your help.
My first one's for weed, anyways. Fucking Indiana's so restrictive. I had alcohol in my trunk when I was 19, but I hadn't been drinking.
Too wasted to drive is still too wasted to drive. Apparently, they're not really discriminatory on what substance that is.
Well, I dropped my
That's why it's an
cigarettes on the
influence.
floor, and I bent over
That's
to
why it's
pick
an
them up.
influence.
Yeah. Officer.
Not looking at the. Well, at least you weren't reaching for a gun.
I mean, have you seen the road? It's shit. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, I actually I drive with my eyes closed as much as possible. It helps. The spans of vistas, the sprawling beauty that is our country. Fuck that shit. I'm going with my eyes closed as much as possible. That's how I can stand to still live here.
Yeah, I know. It's too much to take in. It can be a sensory overload. You gotta stay focused on the physical act of driving.
Well, I just don't want to look at what's going to eventually take away from me. If I don't know about it, then I won't feel the loss as much.
Yep.
I think that's how that works.
Well, I gotta be getting off of here. We've been doing about an hour, so that's perfect.
I think that's fine. That's fine. We got good shit and stuff, and somebody can download that, and it'll be great. I'm gonna